It's Wednesday, and the skies in New Jersey have opened up as the heavens weep at such a glorious trailer that was released today for Battlefield 2042. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you my initial reactions about this trailer when I was watching it at work. I'm sitting there with my hand over my mouth, in shock, excited, almost, dare I say, to the brink of tears, because I haven't had much fun on a Battlefield game since Battlefield 1. It's been a very long time since I've enjoyed, or I've gone out of my way to enjoy, any sort of Battlefield game. And when I saw this trailer, I said to myself, holy shit, Battlefield is back. And I got a lot of BF4 vibes from this trailer, man. For those of you that don't know, I started playing Battlefield during BF4, and I have a very special connection to Battlefield 4 because it was where myself and a lot of my friends, including the Eggman, who is now retired from gaming practically, Hitman26, who if you guys have heard on the channel before, Rocky the Iron Bar, an old staple. I met a lot of my, I met a lot of my European friends from playing Battlefield, and it meant a lot to me. A lot of my friendships grew because of Battlefield. Guys like Grenade, Sapper, Dr. Pimpenstein, a few guys I knew for quite some time, and I became closer with by playing Battlefield-related games. I would have a lot of fun. I would rage a lot, and they would tell me, God, I'm going to be dead by 30 if I keep it up. I'm going to have to give myself a heart attack. But yeah, it was just really, it was a fun experience those few years I was playing Battlefield from, 2016 all the way to like 2017 and 18. And then Battlefield 5 released, I haven't really played it much. Battlefield 5 is pretty below average in terms of a Battlefield, in my opinion. There was a lot of issues that I felt like were never fixed. I didn't like the way the gunplay was. I didn't like the way a lot of that game was. But I feel as though that there's hope. There is hope in the Battlefield community. And I can only be hopeful watching this trailer. A lot of people are saying, and I've had a lot of people tell me online, don't get too excited, you'll be let down, blah, blah, blah. No. Fuck you. You're a pessimist. I'm looking forward to this fucking game. But there are some things about it that worry me. Granted, I'd be paying 70-something bucks for a game that only has multiplayer, but to be fair, I think a lot of what's in multiplayer and a lot of what will be released later on will garner that $70-something charge. Although I don't necessarily agree with it actually happening, it's just something that we have to eat. The gaming community, I don't know why this fucking guy was teabagging me. It's not like he did anything remarkable in that kill, but besides the point, it's just the gaming industry is going in a direction in that regard when it comes to pricing and the way they make games, where it's just, I'm not really a big fan of. We'll talk about this as I go throughout the video. I have a couple of notes of just things I want to talk about and some key moments that have been discussed throughout the course of the day, whether it's various Battlefield channels like Level Cap, Jack Frags, etc. A few channels I follow, and just stuff I've seen online from various Battlefield news Twitter sites. So, as I said before, there's all multiplayer. There's no single player. There are story mode aspects located within the multiplayer, which I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I don't really know what the point of that really is, to be honest with you. I mean, I just don't understand it. Like, how does that actually play into anything? Like, I don't know if there's ever been games released that way. And maybe I just haven't played enough of them to fully understand. Like, Destiny is the only game I can think of that where, like, you go out in the world and the story revolves around stuff that you're doing and quests that, give you stuff that you're doing. But when it comes to, like, playing an only multiplayer that's not open world game, keep in mind, this game is not open world. So it's kind of hard for me to grasp the idea that this game has some sort of story aspect to it in multiplayer when there's really no open world to it. Granted, the maps are so massive, but really that doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, in my opinion. So I'd like to see how that works out. Now here's something I'm not super excited about, and I'll tell you why, because this is a sample from Call of Duty, and I was not a huge fan when Call of Duty implemented this to begin with. Of course, I've gotten used to it, but was I a fan of it? Not really. And the note I have here is as follows. The class system, Assault, Support, Recon, and Medic are being replaced with class-based specialist characters. So essentially, we're going to be playing as characters that are a specific sort of class. And they each have their own like individual gadgets and stuff that they use to help teams and get objectives and such, and heal teammates. I'm not sure if there's anything that was discussed about ammo crates, because I think that's pretty important. But and of course, all weapons in the game can be used universally. They're not tied down to a specific character or class, like it has been for several years with this game. There have been plenty of games, especially with Battlefield from Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 5, where there was a lot of specific class-based stuff regarding Medic. Like, for instance, I believe in BF1, Assault had mainly submachine gun-esque weapons. That was later changed in Battlefield 5 with Medic, and the Medic had the more of the up-close and personal weapons, which, to be honest with you, I didn't like that change that much. I preferred more of the assault rifle-based weapons with the Medic class, because I think long range is a lot more important to have than short range, because if you don't win a gunfight at close range like that with the submachine gun, you're not going to be able to revive your teammate. So I wasn't a big fan of that. I would have rather have killed enemies up close. But it's nice to know that that's sort of changed, and you can use pretty much every weapon in the game at your disposal, and it's not tied down to a specific class or a character. So this is where the fucking cool shit happens. 128 players on PC and the new consoles. Now, I'm not sure if this includes AI, because I know AI was something that was discussed in a couple of videos that I've seen, and I'm not sure if this includes all AI. I know for a fact that EA has done stuff with AI soldiers in the past, mainly with Battlefront 2, with Galactic Supremacy, or whatever they called it, Supremacy. I forgot the Conquest style mode's name. I haven't played Battlefront 2 in so long, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say if you played the game. If that is the case and AI is involved in that, I'm a little bit worried, because AI in past iterations of it, especially with Battlefront 2, was really glitchy, and they really kind of moved from one side to the other with really no. It's like a couple of frames dropped in between, if that makes any sense to people. That's what I felt like when I was playing that sort of stuff. And so when I heard about that, I was kind of like, I just hope that it's 128 total players with just real players. But I'm happy about that. Unfortunately, those that are on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are going to have to deal with 64 player modes, which sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, hopefully everybody gets more PlayStations and more Xbox Series X's and even PCs. I just got myself a PC. I personally wouldn't play PC with Battlefield, because I know the anti-cheat hasn't been good for quite some time, so I tend to stay away from that sort of thing. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I can't imagine, and there wasn't anything mentioned about anti-cheat as far as I know, so we'll have to see what happens about that. I know if I'm playing Battlefield 2042, I'm sticking with PlayStation 5. That's just the final verdict for me. So here's something that was also interesting that Call of Duty has kind of implemented to an extent. I think it's been implemented, I don't know, where you can change your gun class for specific certain situations in-game. You don't have to die and wait till you get to the spawn screen and stuff. You can actually edit it in-game, which is interesting but also kind of annoying, because when I use a class, I try and tailor it the best I can to situations, for all situations. I'm not looking to make any edits to it that aren't necessary, especially in mid-game, because no one wants to sit there on a fucking screen trying to figure this shit out. To me, that's just annoying. And if you're if you're constantly doing that, if you're a streamer or a YouTuber, it makes editing a real fucking pain, and it also makes streaming, to me, quite boring. So, I don't know. I don't really know fully about this mechanic. All I know is you can edit your stuff mid-game without having to die or anything. So, I mean, while that's a good thing, I can also see a double-edged sword from it in terms of an entertainment factor. Heavy emphasis on vehicles. I like vehicles. Me and Hitman have always called ourselves the best LAV tag team because we are just that fucking good at what we do until someone tries to kill us. So we've had plenty of mistakes as well, as you have seen in previous videos of the past of mine. But I like vehicles. I don't like fighting against them if I'm an infantry, but I like the fact that there is a heavy emphasis of them. And I do enjoy the fact that, actually the one thing that was odd to me, which I'd like to see this play out in game, is calling in vehicles and having them airdrop to you. I would like to see that in action, to see what types of actual videos are actually, or not videos, what types of actual vehicles are being airdropped to you, because if I can just drop a fucking tank at will, holy shit, that's gonna be cool. Unique weather on the maps. In the trailer, my jaw dropped. Let me tell you something. When I saw the fucking tornado, my jaw dropped. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck am I looking at? There is a fucking tornado, which apparently has no tornado can pop up anytime. It can go anywhere at once, and the destruction is so incredible that like it picks up things and throws them on enemies. So that's pretty dope, if I'm being honest with you. I also don't like dying to things that I shouldn't be dying to on the map, but we'll see what happens when I get to that point. But yeah, you know, I really like the fact that there's a lot of unique weather. I really love the fact that this game is really, really pushing the limits of what Battlefield games can do in terms of unique weather situations. So that's gonna be dope as hell when that comes out. And what's another thing? Live service DLC. I don't know if they're obviously doing that again, which is good because no one wants to pay for DLC and split the player bases anymore. So that's smart. It kind of failed in Battlefield 5. It actually failed miserably, if I'm being honest with you. And I've made plenty of videos about that, and I don't have to beat that horse any more than it has been. But let's hope that they do it better this time around, DICE and EA. Crossplay, in terms of, going from console to console and PC. Not that I would want to anyway, because, again, hackers on PC and shit. But, for those of you that are interested in that sort of thing, I don't think it's been confirmed yet. I haven't seen any videos confirming it. I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens. And there is a battle pass, which I'm kind of sick of this battle pass system. First it was the fucking, First it was supply drops or battle packs or whatever. That went on for years. We never thought it was going to end. And then fucking Fortnite came around and introduced this battle pass bullshit. I'm kind of sick of the battle pass at this point. I really am. It's just, dumb in my opinion. I just want to fucking play the game without having to worry about earning shitty skins and stuff like that. Unless it's like weapons or something. I don't know. We'll see. And last but not least, and this is the best part about all of this news, or some of the best part about all of this news. No Battle Royale. Fuck Firestorm. It's an abortion that should... It should have been an abortion. It's terrible. It was a terrible concept, and it released terribly, and it was practically dead on arrival for a game that was dead on arrival from the moment the first trailer dropped. So, yeah. Fuck Firestorm. Fuck Battle Royales in general. Really glad that that's not a thing anymore in this game until they decide that, hey, let's put a Battle Royale in the game. I don't know. It's, God forbid that happens. As far as I know, it's not happening. I'm happy about it. I didn't want to see it anyway, so that's good. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Battlefield 2042. These are all my thoughts. These are all my reveal trailer thoughts and the news going on. I'm fucking excited. Battlefield is back. I look forward to seeing everyone on the open beta when it drops later this year. I'm just fucking excited, man. I haven't been this excited for a game in a very long time. I don't get excited about games anymore, too. So I'm just so happy. See you guys on the next one.